truffle force we gather here in High Garden, there'll still be more. Unless we're gathering every single last man, well, just man, I suppose. Actually, the rest of them don't apply. To go to Knightsbridge or to Bitbridge, will still be some people left over, but after that we could send to Nightsong when they arrive.
Yeah,
yes, like if we're leaving in a half moon, there's going to be other people who are gathering that are not able to come along in the half moon.
Yeah,
and basically the people from down Old Town, Three Towers, and Black Crown.
Yeah,
which is a good third of the forces.
And
we can be behind.
We can send a reinforcement order to go to Nightsong.
Yeah, we can basically just give them a detour sign to go to Nightsong instead. So yeah, we're not going to leave it to burn. We're just going to.
We're not be personally there.
Yeah, we're not going to be personally there, but I think Bitterbridge as a player, not so much as my character. I would love to see Bitterbridge in a fight, really.
Then I would probably, in that case, I mean, if that's how the party feels, then I would probably suggest then, okay, basically make that happen. You know, we send a third of the people from the southwest of the Reach. We send those to Nightsong as they muster, and basically maybe send. I don't remember exactly how good Lannis's wartime score was, but maybe send a recommendation that like Lord Karen or someone is being.
Karen's a good is a good commander from what I remember.
Put in command or like given Alaric's role while he's absent. You know. So we actually leave the Reach with the marches with some proper like leadership.
I'm sure that's gone for this long, but Desmond's already done such.
Yes, I'm sure Lord Karen is dealing with it all because he is one hell of a.
That is definitely what Desmond would have done if I put it.
Well, Lord Caladan is handling it in whatever ways that is deemed fit by the actual Lord of the Marshes.
Yeah, and really, Lannis can't argue if Leo Longthorn Tyrell himself says Alaric is coming with.
The Lord of the Marshes has that authority to do so.
In the time of war, he does.
To call upon the
I get it. It's just the strategist in me does not want to put the Marshes on auto-resolve, if you know what I'm saying.
I know.
The problem is we have put something on auto-resolve, and we don't want to necessarily... there are some things we don't want on auto-resolve. I understand.
Yeah, we've basically got... We either have to auto-resolve this or auto-resolve this. This at least has a chance.
No matter where you go, you'll probably have an impact. But I can say right now that this thing is also bigger than you. You going doesn't necessarily decide if that battle is won or lost. Maybe it decides on how much it is won or lost by. But you are significant, important people. But there are also limits to what you can possibly do. It's also more, what do you think would be more cool to do? We can probably justify it in character.
Bitterbridge would be more
so
cool, definitely.
Cooler. Yeah, that'd be so much cooler.
Because sometimes we do what's cool.
Then
we'll have a lot of fun.
That's the thing.
We'll come back and the Marches is just ruined. We'll be
all burned, horrible.
It's fine. We can get a
now
new
we
down.
begin reconstruction game.
No, that won't possibly happen because even if for whatever reason Nightsong falls, there are still like battle bits.
That is very true.
It's not as if Respite's gonna be like, oh, whoopsie daisy, I just fell apart all of a sudden again.
Yeah.
The thing I'm afraid of.
There's Hellbreakers all. There's a lot.
The thing I'm afraid of is Nightsong falls. Peak is like, ha ha, and then like charges into the fray, and then.
Well, then everyone will see House Peak's treachery.
And then once that's all done, we can come down with the force of the Reach after the war's done and just demolish all of this shit. Just burn it all.
Into the Red Mountains, all of you.
Yeah.
The letter certainly imply that we have a lot of wildfire currently.
And Alaric shall lead the charge into the Red Mountains with the wildfire.
I mean, I'm hoping.
Caladan is the peaceberries and the trance.
Yeah, just flinging wildfire at everyone.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It'll be glorious.
Yeah. How about not have Alaric walk with anything that might be fragile?
Good idea.
You want to go to the Red Mountains, Halldamir? Fine. But I want to see that agility test for if you're going across those rocks.
Again,
Hugo's got it, don't worry.
We have wildfire on our side that might be able to plug up the marshes enough to make the vultures stick to slink back into their holes. Mm-hmm. Maybe even give Peak a bit of a fright.
So your walls are melting.
Oh, we missed. Now stop. I kept. Oh, no.
And even Jonas, even if we were to go down there, like we as player characters would have the same problems the last time I went down there, which is you look at Varen and Alaric and go, well, fuck. Bree's not that most amazing at it either, so...
At least
they are thoroughly unplayable down there.
Yeah.
They're not thoroughly unplayable, it's just
awful.
they're knights. They're knights.
Yeah. At least with Bitterbridge, it's going to be flat land with nice grass, and if we go in the building, then it's cobblestone everywhere. It's going to be great.
And death by horsemen.
At least gonna swing by Respite and pick up Hugo, or gonna.
I want that. I want that now. I want him delivered right this second.
Desmond probably already
wait, didn't
sent
we
him
bring
here
him?
because he's useless to him otherwise.
Yeah.
He's probably already in Highgarden. Like, actually, you
Barded
probably
up.
wrote him here, didn't you?
Yeah,
I
we rode
remember.
him here
But he's
before
here
we
anyway.
left.
Hugo's here.
Yeah.
Done.
Fuck yeah.
Done. For whatever reason, he's shown up. He knows where you are. He smelled you.
he smelled me out.
He's a like a triple destiny horse at this point. So
I got to the Mander and he just ran.
The horse breeder has been overseeing him, making sure he's in good hands.
Like, we get into the Mander and Hugo's Alaric senses tingled, and he left all of the stables and just darted to Highgarden. It's great. Don't worry.
But yeah, in that case, it seems the plan is somewhat clear. The southwest forces will start mustering and then pour into the marshes and try to secure that forest, while the rest of us go up to Bitterbridge.
The boat's going up to the Shield Islands meanwhile.
Probably send an update letter to Respite, being like, look, this is what's going down.
We're sending a reinforcements
Well,
holdout.
not just a letter to Respite, but also to the place where you were told to muster.
Yeah, Millstead Hall, Nightsong, and Respite
that,
will have letters.
Is it on the smaller map?
It's on the smaller map. Yeah, it's just above Helmbreaker's Hall. It's the in-between point between Nightsong and Respite, so we always seem to go past it every time we travel.
just ignore it.
Never been there.
We always just travel around it. We don't give a shit.
Millstead Hall is the place where Karen really has its population. It's sort of the Helmbreaker's Hall and Nightsong are very like Nightsong is almost like a constant ruin, always being repaired upon and improved upon. Like there's no money there because all the money is spent on like getting shields and stuff to constantly just always building more and more defenses. Like Millstead Hall is where like they have crops and such. While the two others are really too closely mashed up to the mountains to really produce a whole lot of stuff. Same with the peaks. They have their White Grove and Dustinberry where they can actually have crops, and then Stop Hike up there in the mountains where it's just all bad land.
At some point, they will also request or like buy a new shield.
You can have a new shield.
I think
you can get that shield, and you can have your crest that you decide to have on it. If you want to, here, basically in Highgarden while you're here, you can also spend the time to get anointed, if that is what you wish. You can have, if you take the sponsor benefit, that would be with the Longthorn himself. Right now. Because I think this is about a pretty fitting time to say that, you know, as we have decided that we're going with an army north of Bitterbridge, that this is a story goal. I think sufficiently. That's fair to say. So you recuperate your spend destiny points, and you get another one. Ooh. And I actually haven't gathered the XP together for this one yet, so I'll put that in your group chat tomorrow. How about that? Does that sound okay? Sure. I hope that sounds okay.
It sounds okay.
Tomorrow. Wah.
Yeah.
What does the sponsor actually like? What's the?
Does nothing.
It's a bit of a prerequisite, but he does about what Ashra is a sponsor. That's how you basically. He likes you, and is willing to help you in different ways, more so than someone normal would just so do. You know what? He cares about you more so than just as a servant.
You know what? I'll spend a destiny point to be sponsored.
This favor. He will generally vouch for you. but it is definitely a narrator-driven benefit you get. He may grant you information, audiences, championships,
It's like Ashra
and take an interest in your development and such.
Yeah, you must also spend one to get anointed, right?
Yes,
What?
that's anointed.
Yes,
is
you must
also
have
a
it
benefit.
to become anointed. Anointed, of course, is to enter sort of a more holy sense of knighthood, and further affirming your duties. It is performed by a septon in a chapel where you have vigil. You receive the 7 oils of the 7 gods, and you become a true knight basically in the eyes of all generally. They can't really deny your knighthood. You are definitely not a hedge knight and such. It will become a big deal basically. There'll be a ceremony and people will watch when you come out, and like petals will be thrown from the roof and whatnot.
Yeah. Also, when
If
can
you
I,
complete
like,
your vigil, of course. You can also fail it and be miserable.
when
that's
can
not
I
really.
change my name, by the way? From flowers.
Yes, you can.
Now, this
You
second.
will
Should have done
still
that ages ago, man.
you will still generally, like, to some, be a flowers, right? But you're a knight now. You're a bastard, but you can take on a knightly as a surname, so to speak.
I didn't know if I should do it before or not.
You have the power.
Alright.
And right now, you are a little too popular here for people to really dispute it. Though they don't know much about you, people in Highgarden hear what you have done.
Yep.
And you were seen, like, stepping off that boat and whatnot.
It's hard for people to dismiss the fact that you arrived on a boat along with the Longthorn himself, who had apparently been kidnapped.
Yeah. Some will
also
maybe
the
say, like, oh
Longthorn.
yeah, he's totally like a knight from the Westerlands who surrendered. But no, that's not you.
And then the Longthorn actually also telling, by the way, these guys kind of saved me.
Oh yeah,
You should probably be nice
are,
to these guys.
You are fed and given bed rest and whatnot, lands and such. It does not really the time for that, and I don't think any of you bring it up. So could I have a house?
I think that will.
But certainly you have a place here, and you will be riding at his side to war. And by itself, that certainly is something.
Dessa, meanwhile, flips a table. What the fuck do you mean? Fucking serving Longthorn wasn't.
No, now your hope is not important anymore.
Hey, it's like.
Oh,
Why
I
here? Why don't you?
You're
become too
turning,
important.
whatever. It's like, fucking bastard. I made that bastard. He wouldn't. And then fucking, oh yeah, he gets
Nothing.
knighted.
Even read.
Even knighted Bree? My she's not back home.
Flips another table.
I want to get animal cohort for Hugo.
Bree is certainly, like, you would think the people here, at least back home, they would whisper and snicker and such, and the Stormlands probably, and many other places, but not here in Highgarden. Here in Highgarden, she's seen, or at least depicted by the painter. She might pass, like, in the flower gardens or whatnot, once she feels okay, because she will feel okay. The maesters are good enough for that. Within the, like, the moon or so of mustering, that she's basically being drawn, like, she gets a little halo and like white robes, and just like she, to them at least, is drawn like a little scarred angel child in a way, the equivalent of angel anyway, like a little saint child. Who has been hurt ever so much, but her lovely story is such that she overcame it all.
What
and found
lovely
the
story!
7 when her brother died. When her dear saintly brother died, she found the 7 and has drawn the strings along.
Filthy lies.
There might still be some drama and lingering, like talk of, oh, that's the one in the trial. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, they are singing. The bards at least. I mean, and the maidens are like, oh, so romantic and so brave, so courageous.
I want to throw up.
About all of it, and it has been reachified and made into a flowery tale of piety, purity, and goodness, and sort of a and she's noble born, and and they have the blood of the Taki, blood of Aegon the Dragon Knight, really. And and she's so young and has seen so much bad, but she knows in her heart that she must be chivalrous and honorable, and so it is a reception perhaps unlike many others. That the attention she receives here isn't bad. People sort of look at her and sort of, touch their chest and sort of get a little bit teary-eyed almost when she because before she sort of gets up enough to walk and such, the stories have spread, right, of what people saw.
Oh man.
So Bree becoming a saint, I think that was the most unlikely thing to happen.
Knight of Highgarden.
Ever.
and they adore her. She could splinter that vision probably, but so far she hasn't. And they love their beautiful stories here.
Yeah, best not to see her fight. Best not that
They live in there.
happens.
Well, I mean, they should never see anyone fight except in a tourney, right? Where they can have roses on their armor and smell like flowers while they do it. That is the style of fighting in Highgarden.
Oh boy.
I had fairly confirmed before, like we reached a story goal, that the next thing I'd be increasing was deception. Now I think it's more readily confirmed. I think Bree is going to relish this.
Well, how delightful. How delightful.
While the rest of you are given a bit like the Dornishmen are maybe even. I mean, you're probably the people who have the hardest time, right? Because people are like, did they really help them? I mean, the Longthorn said that they did, and he wouldn't lie, but they are Dornishmen. Is this some sort of stunt to try to make us like the Dornish?
They must have tricked and deceived the Long.
One of them is not really Dornish. He was just born down there, but he's probably a Reachlander at heart. Yes, that must be it. He's not even that dark. He's probably just born down there and has now learned of the right ways and such. And the other one, well, he's like a half Dornish, so maybe, they sort of try to explain away your Dornishness. Because, they are not really comfortable with Dornishmen being knights and
They're used to it.
And good and such. That doesn't really make sense to the narrative of the world.
Keevan would be very unsure about all of this attention as well. He's not this, yeah.
As a beautiful young maid comes in and asks him, when he's just walking around, asks him if he would tell her the tale, twiggling her hair with a rose,
He would be a duh.
How brave he was.
Oh dear. This will end so badly.
That in Highgarden you can just let go.
Yeah, I've heard the stories.
It certainly still is an option. You're going to have plenty of time, though. Alec probably is busied by because he knows strategy and such, and he has to. Lord Tali will also be arriving to help. And when he does, he says that don't worry, he has not let the marshes go. He has sent his son with a contingent to take care of Aiden.
God. No.
Well, he will go to Bitterbridge with you and Aiden.
What another compelling reason not to go south, because you'd have to see him again, right?
Yeah, but it's even more of a compelling reason to go.
He's a responsible young man.
No,
He's also an arsehole.
I
think he is highly responsible, yes.
Well, at least he's not going to be in charge of the army. That's going to be great.
I at least had hope that old Tarly would actually,
It's
let's
fine.
hope he doesn't kill Lames.
Lord Tyrell calls. He could not.
Maybe for Sir Alaric be like, listen, buddy, you go down there.
I can't really. Well,
Insult.
Is he
can.
part in the
You actually
marches?
can.
Is he part of
Yes.
the
He's part of the Marshes. He's a Marshal Lord.
marches? Huh.
You can slam your mail fist down and be like, listen.
Engage him in an intrigue to convince him to go to the south.
Yes, I'm
right.
going to seduce him.
Yeah. Just because you outrank someone, would you really attempt to try and pull that and make a scene in Highgarden?
I mean, it's not really going to be a scene. It'll be in the war count, the war room with the table with all the pieces and everything. Not much of a scene, but no.
He taught you, and he taught the Longthorn. Boy.
It's true.
I'm the
True.
Lord of the Marches, old man.
No, you are not. You are his uncle.
That's right.
Cousin. Or something.
That's right.
Cousin.
You're Lord Commander. You command the armies. But where are you going? What's that? Oh, Bitterbridge. Right.
Hey, I'm commanding forces, maybe. In a sense.
At least assisting
I shall be in the van, don't worry.
commander. Well, the rest of you will be put in the front lines, of course.
Yes, I shall be in my nice
Yay!
pavilion on the top of the hill. Fuck all of you.
I'm gonna go and find the Blood Raven.
Great.
What if it's gonna be better than this?
Great knights of the,
Capture
of the Reach. Go forth and fight for me. I shall wait here and give you orders. Yes, by horn, of course.
Yes, the Alaric just sitting there, half slouched in a pavilion, and the horde just blows him from time like.
Charge, peasants!
Hugo's just munching on some grass, like, yeah, this is good. I like this. We're getting shot at.
One thing, perhaps, sort of that you know in the back of your mind is that if you went down to the marches, there, if you win, well, of course you did. It was just Dornish peasants. And if you lose, well, how could you lose to Dornish peasants? While here, if you lose, you died fighting bravely and valiantly. And if you win, well, you just won the Battle of Bitterbridge.
How spectacular.
There's a little more glory in one than the other.
As well, something to be said for duty.
There's something to be said about peasants.
Hey, Jonas.
Sent the peasants to do the duty.
With
We need
glory comes
glory.
gifts of wealth.
Yes, true. I do like wealth.
And you know,
Think of
if
the
Rest
power.
gets taken, then Bree
I
would
do
Highborn
like power.
wife.
Don't worry, Malachi. I've already sold in the powers pit. I just need to sell Jonas some money. Perfect.
That's right. Think of the money. Like, Lord Karen isn't going to give you money. Lord
No.
Caladan isn't going to give you money.
No, it's not.
The Longthorn, he'll give you money.
Oh, he'll give you
If we
money.
want money, though, we should invade the Westerlands.
That's very true.
Mm.
If we want
And
money,
of-
we
and
should
of-
really
and of
sack
course go-
Casterly
So
Rock.
what we need most is loot.
we
Loot shit, huh?
we
Loot and pillage.
Fuck the
we
war.
take
We
the
don't need
ship
that.
back out. We sail to the Iron Islands. We like.
We
We want to
here
sign
now.
up, really.
Beach
Just
up and take
wrestle
stuff.
the
Throw
sailboat
water.
captain.
You just have to survive our introduction ritual, which is being drowned.
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
Just
Let's
need
see
to
if
be
let's see if our drowned god appreciates you.
drowned. I'm
I'm
anointed
Destiny.
by the
Well,
seven.
that is if you actually become a priest, right?
What?
Varen
Well, you
should
become
totally
one of
become
the-
a drowned
You
priest.
become
He'd
like
be
a holy
great at
person.
it.
Their version of like knights. Yeah.
Varen could be a
They
great.
say
drowned
that you can't die once you've drowned once. So you
I
know.
say, I enjoyed what we did this story ago. I think it's really cool that we went into the Westerlands, somehow found a way to the Longthorn, somehow rescued the Longthorn, and somehow escorted him back to Highgarden with everyone still alive. Although Varen is highly burnt out, everyone is still alive.
Somewhat surprising to me, at least. Quite somewhat. You didn't even visit the crag. You were so close to.
Bad things were happening in the crag.
We strategized. We found a way up there. We managed to avoid some combat along the way, and we fought a mammoth 7-on-7, and then we made our way out because of the friendships quotations we made from the knights that we spared.
Friendships, yes.
You could certainly have begun killing them. Or
Would have been
maiming
harder
them.
for us to
Would have
get
been
that
harder
done.
to escape if you had like cut their hands off.
Yeah.
Iron Taker's like,
No. I'm less inclined to be honorable now that I'm bleeding to death. So, you know, that would have been an issue. Nobody talks about it because you would never have done that sort of thing. But
Of course not.
yeah, you know, turns out that upholding the laws of chivalry will keep you at a chivalric level. It's as soon as the first person breaks these laws that shit goes down, right? Generally in battle as well. If you fight like another knight in battle and he yields, you'll generally just let him like he will go and sit outside the battle and just sit down and wait for you to be done. And then if you live, well, he will submit to be your prisoner. But if he runs, then suddenly yielding doesn't work anymore. And suddenly everyone has to kill everyone. And nobody really wants that. Because if they did, then there would be no knights left in Westeros very soon. So yeah, you upheld the chivalric laws and you saw the benefit of it, which is that people don't die as much when people don't try to kill each other.
I will be taking the sponsored quality.
Right. Sure.
I will not go for anointed. I don't think Kevin is ready for that yet. But it fits the story that Leo Longthorn is keeping an eye on him, and because it was a menagerie of people, and of those he knighted himself, so it makes sense that he would actually be interested in them.
Take special interest in having Kevin be this low-born archer who decides to step into the ritual 7-on-7 combat arena.
Yeah, in defense of his brother and the honor of the king. And
that's right. There's something je ne sais quoi about that Kevin there.
There's something about Kevin.
I'm probably gonna take the marked drawbacks.
The marked drawback.
You're not already
I
marked.
should have really had it already. So I mean,
My
You got
God,
wounded
man!
enough.
How horrifying do you look now?
You got wounded enough that both one of them turned to a scar.
I'm just waiting for the stories about Varen Flowers in Highgarden and how amazing and chivalrous and saintly he is.
yes,
That's
yes.
harder to sell
And how
because
he
he's
spins
Yeah.
like no one else.
that is
I do like Cinders from the being covered in ashes this session to last session when he became wreathed in ashes, as it were.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So he will inform you all that they have taken the name Cinders as his own.
Sir Cinders.
Yes.
Works with the house.
He did.
Yeah, that's very true.
Just add the cinders around the flaming sword, and there we go.
I will get to work.
so like someday you'll become House Cinders with the words "Around me only ashes."
Oh, and remember, my son, he says, it's like his grown-up son stands next to him. Around us, only ashes.
I will, Dad. As he put on Saravok helmet.
Could be spread the ashes, like that could be interpreted as two ways around, like as fertilizer and as burning down
so
shit.
he collects the ashes of his opponents, and you collect the eyes.
Yes, and then he covers his face with it.
How? Are you God of War? Are you Kratos? Is this what is it called? House Cinders, Scorched Earth. Yeah.
Yes.
Salt the earth.
Salt everywhere.
Burn
No
the world
growth.
trash. Ashes to ashes. Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing will grow.
Whatever things you do with your destiny points, please send me a message on Skype so I know what's up.
Right.
Oh no. And I thought about that sponsorship of the Longthorn, but I think I was always holding out a bit for the be sponsored by the Blood Raven.
Would be kind of awesome, but it won't really work in a while.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be sponsored by both the Longthorn and the Blood Raven. It just sounds weird. That's why I was holding out.
Team just
The Blood Raven
being sponsored by
would
the
be
Blood
cool.
Raven might be a bit inconvenient after a while, though, if it goes the historical route anyway.
Yes, that's what we're
Nothing
currently
will.
pursuing right now, the historical route. Go
Yes, we are.
there. Fucking punch you.
I just want to go with the Blood Raven a bit. He seems so cool. He's also an archer, which Kevin would look up to him and be like, "Wow, this guy's amazing."
So I do have to ask Halldamir, in that letter that Alaric is going to send back home. Oh, by the way, Bree has had great dealings and talks with the Blood Raven. Apparently, he was at a grand melee.
Yeah, he doesn't
Also,
add
she's
that.
knighted
Nope.
now.
Nope. He will add the she's knighted and my god the arrogance, but the whole thing about Bloodraven, yeah, she can tell them. Fuck that. He's not doing
everyone
that.
gets knighted now.
I was wondering
Yeah,
whether he
everyone's
forgot
knighted
about
now.
it or if he didn't care.
I think it's
Not my
more of
problem.
a I've got bigger fucking issues than
Sure.
They
some
have like a
Blood
clip
Raven
of
arsehole.
Decim being like,
I need to
I'm
sit.
glad that I'm old. Sitting down.
I'll
Yeah.
let Lanus deal with this.
Father
If you-
comes by to
Here you
ladies with the
My
with the
lord.
letter.
Yeah.
He looks at him, pecks at the letter, frowns.
Good
Yeah.
news.
James opens it slowly.
It's good news. Longthorn has been rescued, and everyone who went lived. Better news. Everyone was knighted. Everyone.
Yeah. Just underlines everyone 3 times. All in like
It's like-
bold letters.
Like slowly looks up.
He's like scratched the paper. He's written it so hard. Like,
Ladies
yeah.
would just look at that, pause for a moment, go to someone else. Like, that's not how it's marked, right?
Use a skill check. Like, is this a forgery?
I'm
No, that is
curious
definitely
as
his
to,
handwriting.
As to what sort of sigils and what sort of things you'll come up with as your surnames. So you don't have one. Was Rain? Are you going to share? You could share. Still.
We basically taken this. We both taken the statement of our father, who was a knight. So
Yeah.
I
We
might
would
have a
have-
variation
we-
of the Caladan shield.
which
We
I
would
That's
have-
allowed,
from
I'm
a-
not sure.
We would have the basic same shield, yes, but with different insignia, like details on them. I would probably
Modifier.
have like a crossed arrows or something.
I got it. Instead of like a sword wreathed in flames, it's a fist wreath.
Yes. Or a red lion.
Flaming gauntlet.
A burning red line on a cross.
Yeah, burning red lion. Covered in ash.
this will
A big
This will
middle
take-
finger pointing towards a Lannister line.
this will take me a few hours, but I can draw this for you.
Oh,
That
shit.
a lion being punched while on fire.
How cinders struck
I know,
all of
like,
you.
my motto, your move, Lord.
Yeah. Fuck mine.
And remember, my children, I braced it on the parapet.
Oh god, the
Your-
Breeze
Lord,
children. Everybody run.
Peak.
The motto is just, the fist of death, basically.
Yeah.
The Rains will never put out the cinders.
Oh.
Keep it and like look at each other. Like,
Oh, really?
Not spelled that way.
that's right.
I
it's all
don't
about
know how
the
to actually spell it.
Spelling is important.
You see the
Rain is
shield
like
there?
Reyne, I think.
Yeah.
You just spell it on the shield,
Brother.
so everyone knows.
Can Baron actually spell?
No.
Oh.
Alaric will spell for him because Alaric can read now.
And then Keevan and
Alaric's
Lug?
like, like, I know how you feel, bro. Like, I was
Yeah.
there.
I was there, but
Even
now I'm
the-
not peasant.
idiots trying to spell a name on a shield and just shake their heads.
Where wasn't raised in a castle? As an excuse.
Like seeing two.
Ren is going to say nothing because the only thing he can spell is his name.
Well, you don't get to have words before you have an actual noble house generally. So and some houses don't really pay attention to that anyway.
We have time. Is what you're saying.
Indeed.
Also, poor Varen being a marked man now. Bearing nasty scars. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Fucking hell.
Yes, how terrible.
Well, I can bond with Brie over it,
Hey, Alaric's
is-
marked.
There is no bonding with a bastard.
It's true.
Oh.
Alaric's marked as well, so.
What?
Yeah.
What's his
You know-
horrifying scar?
He's
Okay,
always
another
had a
place you would
scar.
see.
Nah.
No.
He's always had a scar on his
Well, it
his
just makes
face
it
over his
awkward
eye.
for him,
And
but
nice.
well, he has to roll like the persuasion test and re-roll
Yeah,
the
it's
sixes.
fucking awful.
Single tier, like full, like I'm trying to seduce you, and she like looks at the scar, and it's like, oh, come
Yeah, but
on.
remember.
Does that apply
I-
to intimidation as well? Because that doesn't really make sense.
Yep.
Nah.
It does. It distracts them because you have a
Yeah.
nasty physical defect in a visible place.
Well, it also
everything.
intimidates them, right?
It might be. I mean, it might be that you're like drool and like you're like.
Yeah, or you have like
constantly
a
pouring out your nose. It's like
That's not what
Oh,
it says.
just
No,
a
it says
nasty
everything.
physical defect. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be anything. It can hinder you in every way.
Sure.
A
I was
nasty
thinking just-
scar is specifically nasty.
Yeah.
So
Right?
Horrible.
It's
Disgusting.
it's not a complimentary scar like Rome Total War, okay?
Oh, no.
It's like a nasty gash that shows a bit too pink on the inside and sort of wet all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah, it sort of oozes.
Maybe that the like huge scar on his chin is slightly open a bit, so you can see his teeth on the inside.
Like what is it like? Is it like the Hound? Like the guy who like is that the guy who
That's
has like his
marked.
face like burned?
Yeah,
by?
there's like
Yeah.
his face
that's
burn, yeah.
marked.
And
That sort of
Tyrion
thing
has
would
his
be
nose
marked, yeah.
chopped off, at least in the books.
Yeah, where he just gets incredibly ugly as well.
Tyrion also is marked.
Yeah,
man.
Tyrion. That's somewhat the
Having an
same
axe to
thing.
his face a few times.
That's basically what I have as an idea for Alarix, is like his Tyrion.
Just Halldamir.
Mm.
Just saying, with how cynical you're becoming, I'm expecting at some point you're going to take down to the bottle.
You know,
The
Tyrion
way it's
in
going,
the
he will,
series
honestly.
compared to Tyrion in the books. Tyrion in the books is the ugliest motherfucker you can think of.
yeah.
He is hideous. Like
Like,
Tyrion in the series is actually handsome. You know?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Peter
In the books,
Dinklage,
his nose
man.
is just a stump, like, you can
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
bones and everything.
Poor
Yep.
Alaric. He just fucking sits there like staring at the alcohol. Like, where did it all go wrong? It
That's
all
what it will
started.
be.
It all started 11 years ago now.
I swear
House
to God,
Beacon
in a year's
just
time.
attacked.
Ezra throws his arms
It will
around
be
you and
like
says, well, it began at war.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I'm just saying, Halldamir, it's going to be made worse for you because of how big Sir Alaric is. He's going to need a lot more alcohol. To come
Yeah. That's the thing.
But
He's going to
you-
need to
what-
drink so much more.
Wait, you're taking alcoholism?
No, I'm just saying, like,
He's
he
actually
will
doing it.
eventually.
Like I said, like how cynical he's becoming. He's like, I'm surprised he hasn't taken it, and I said he might at some point.
I have honestly thought about
Always
it several
try
times.
to keep your number of drawbacks to sort of, not too many, because you want them all to be significantly enough sort of represented when you're in your roleplay.
And also reasonable. You can't be ignoble and or bound at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's like, I like to think that Bree's insensitivity comes to light at least once. in
Very
a
much
session.
so. Yeah. And I love it, honestly.
It's like I could care about you. It's just
Sometimes it is driving me insane.
Alaric and Raren are both clumsy. So,
Which
Yeah,
I
that
have
has
noticed.
come out
fingers.
a couple of times.
Yeah.
Some in the
You have
worst.
to-
I say write the name of the house of Baron's
I
house
know.
on the shield.
I think that should drive you more crazy than Bree's insensitivity. John is like clumsy.
Yeah.
people.
That just made it impossible. You know? That's what I mean. You're like, oh no.
It's like, why
Why are
did we
these
go into the
people
red
here?
rooms again? Why did we care about the vultures? We were fools. Fools.
We didn't consider character drawbacks.
Or maybe we did, and we
Well,
worked
this
through it.
time we are. You know. Looked at the
right.
mountains and we're like, nah.
That's right. And Hugo will ride again. It's been so long. We'll have to have like a
I-
teary vignette whenever like Alaric like finally reaches the High Garden stable, and Hugo's like, "Man, I'm
And there
tired."
comes the question: how good are all of you at writing?
Not
No.
that good.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
thing.
I'm actually okay with it. I have 3.
That's the thing.
I have to
I want to sort out something with animal handling and maybe cohorting with animal cohorting.
Okay.
Because animal cohort is great actually for
I thought you were
combat.
sticking with dice deduction.
3 and a bonus die, so.
Oh,
I
it's
don't think they need a horse. Like
a test die actually. Whenever you roll fighting tests in combat and your
They're
animal is
mentioning
nearby,
the
it's one
They're
test.
mentioning the requirements, like animal handling 3.
Yeah,
one
it's
trade.
3 animal handling and 1
and one
bonus
speed
die.
bonus die. As for me, it's a 2. Like Bree's not cruel towards animals. She just like doesn't really connect with them. She gets angry at them more often than not.
So would you say then, Malika, that animal handling and riding is something that we will be doing a lot and should increase? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm saying it will be in Tyrell forces. The core is generally cavalry. You're probably not going to be lance charging anybody. I don't think any of you are really proficient in spears or anything.
I have a bow.
You don't really want to exchange your damage type for animal handling.
No.
I imagine also not. So probably not too much. Being comfortable riding might be something that's relevant, but I mean it's really up to you. Because you can just not get on a horse, and not get the benefits of it, but not have to ride a horse. You know.
you ride a horse and
so-
just jump off it as soon as combat starts.
Being on horseback with a bow is pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet. It is difficult to ride without hands, but you know that's what the Dornish do, as it turns out.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking dangerous. Because what do you do? What do you do? You can't catch the guy, and he just keeps shooting you.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe I should get a horse.
You don't.
Do you want a
I mean, you
horse?
do it.
I'm sure your new sponsor will give you a horse.
Yes,
He's
I'm
got
sure.
50 to spare. So.
Would Leo Longthorn sponsor Kevin for a horse?
Like a Destry or something? Yeah, sure, it's fine.
We have a spare.
Yeah, I want to somehow get everything up high enough that I can get animal cohort, and then I can roll like
Can
7
bond with
test
Hugo.
die with Hugo. Yeah, riding Hugo in with 7 test die.
That's the next.
everything.
That's the next goal. Then.
Yeah, that's it.
And you would have
Me
the
and
same
Hugo.
mystical bond with Hugo as Decima has with.
Of course.
It's already there. Don't worry. This will just
How
confirm
many
it in
Destiny points have
mechanics.
you burnt into Hugo?
I have used at least 2.
2 to save him, I think.
I think I've used
twice.
2 to save him twice.
And you're about to invest a third one into him.
Yeah, but this one
And
will
you
make
spend a
him-
few to like make him be places and do stuff.
Yeah, but you know this
But those are not fun, so.
this one will give him injuries and wounds, so he won't be needed to spend any more destiny points on to survive.
Are you saying I'm going to make hill checks on your horse?
Yes.
Get fast forward to like 2 moons later. Fix him. Pause. I don't mean like that. Fix him.
Fix Hugo.
Well, I've never treated a
Make
I've
him.
never
Hugo
treated a horse
is
before.
put in a huge bed in the Maester's quarters.
Hugo.
Like,
Yeah.
And like Rain like tentatively asked. So I tried to diagnose you.
Yes,
He had a lance through his chest. All right, fix him.
a lance. You say, yes, a lance. You can clearly see it.
Okay, we'll fill him with
impaled.
horse glue and
Oh.
You're a
Horse
vet
glue.
now. God
Oh.
damn it.
I got that now.
Maybe a few penalty dice might be needed.
Well,
Can someone teach me about horses?
well, it is late. Now I'm getting tired.
Yeah. Another thing I just want to ask, because I'm going to do the reward tomorrow, is I assume you will prefer really getting more experience, since you are not really in control of your house right now. I might just take some of it and make that be like influence for the house, and then not really like, because I don't really think it's super relevant to your characters right now.
I do like that idea, and I also do think, considering like how much our characters did learn from like taking ourselves completely out of anywhere where we remotely had power and trying to go into the Westerlands to rescue the Longthorn. I do think it would be fitting, especially since we're not going back home. Like,
Yeah, and money, of course, is an option, but I don't think that much personal wealth was really gained in
No.
any way. You could have
Depends if
left
the
with more stuff than
purchase
you came back with, and what you have now is favor more so than that. So you can sort of, I mean, I guess maybe a little bit of money, just sort of pocket money reward, but yeah, I think I'll focus on experience then if you don't have a problem with that. It just makes more
Sure.
sense.
I would
Yeah.
like some experience.
Glory would make sense as well, but it just doesn't seem that relevant to you.
I would
So,
prefer the
10,000 glory.
experience.
Glory can be had later.
well, yeah. Think of like the glory that will be gained whenever like the battle is won. That's when
Not
the glory will go.
only did we save the Longthorn, we also won the Battle of Bitterbridge.
We also
Single-handed.
saved the king.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the glory will be so much glory that I don't think the book can even like handle the glory.
No,
Well,
that sounds like no. No, you don't want to be that like attentive though. You don't want to attract that kind
All
of
of you
attention.
King's God.
That's what it'd be like, because then like the hand of the king, like the new hand of the king, or perhaps even the king himself's like, yes, you've proven yourself so amazingly effective. I cannot continue my reign without you.
Uh-oh.
Kevin, I require you need to travel to the broken lands of Valeria and find me a Valerian steel sword lost there 300 years ago. You must do this for me. It's the only one who can. Like, oh well, I guess I'll go do that.
That's the
And then
last.
you come
That
back,
campaign
you're like
became
grayscale and just only found a few rocks, and you're like, well,
I found this rock.
I found this rock.
The merchant said it was Valerian.
The grayscale
Done.
merchant I found
Done.
in Valyria.
well, you know,
Diagnosis.
certainly aren't flying under the radar right now, but people have generally other stuff to do, as it turns out.
Right.
Like defending King's Landing and being
Yes.
frustrated at not having the naval power.
Yeah, so it makes it that they don't have time to recognize our glory right now because the Westeros is at war. The
Yep.
Westeros, yes.
The Westeros.
And once the Westeros is, I'm just gonna say that now, is no longer at war, then they will recognize the glory, and then they'll say, Longthorn knighted what? You know, run this by me. So, 2 Dornishmen, a bastard, and a 12-year-old girl.
He has lost his mind.
If there's
Yeah.
a time to lose your mind as a ruler, though, it is right after a civil war, because people are generally pretty fatigued. Like, I have lost all my children and my home. I don't give a damn who he knighted. I couldn't care less.
Fucking
Good
knight a
for
squirrel. I
stability.
couldn't care.
That's what I need. Yeah, that's generally it.
Yeah,
It was
the
so
bastard was
unfortunate
like,
that the war happens in spring, because this war means that all the levies people use won't be there to sow their fields. Meaning that if you can't get food from a place that isn't at war,
Raiding in spring.
then you can sort of run out.
Earth season. Damn it.
That's right. I play King of
Raiding
Dragon
in Earth
Pass.
season.
Yep.
It's a-
Yeah, I know. I've played that game. I know.
That's right. You're raiding where?
I'm surprised you were the one bringing that reference, Josh.
Yeah, but do you remember we played it and I raided
Yeah.
so much and won every time, just wrecked these poor people. That was great. That was great.
Same place every
It's
time.
the same place because they were dicks, so I just keep raiding them, destroying everything.
Taking all the
Eventually
cattle.
move away those.
Yep, all the cattle. So much cattle. Oh, it's glorious.
Dark. No hard feelings. I just wanted Bree to continue her stubbornness, fucking train wreck into so many wounds that she couldn't fucking cope.
I'm totally okay with it. It's just like, I expected you wanted your character healed. Just I expected wrong. So, yeah, okay.
No, it makes perfectly viable sense. Why wouldn't any sane person? Right, she's 12. And fucking stubborn.
And you legitimately beat my passive awareness. Fine, there you go. Go for it.
Also continues the long story tradition of Grimmith playing characters that doesn't like to be healed.
There was Thorak the Ineffable who fucking hated it too.
But he didn't really need it. He was a Warblade.
That's right.
That's
He-
right.
Gas by himself.
Right.
And being wounded is a condition.
Half
he-
ogre
he-
Warblade.
He just thought about it and decided.
That wound is not real. And then it
No.
wasn't real.
No, I definitely, as noted before, and I'll say it again before we disperse, I did enjoy the adventurer type quality of us having the cojones to bust the Longthorn out of jail.
Yeah.
The Northern Westerlands.
And maybe we're gonna run similar. I don't know. I suspect it will be like guerrilla actions and stuff we need to do up there.
And I look forward to fucking, like, if we continue to hang around Mancer, like Red Tusk appearing, like, hello, I'm gonna kill him. Like Mancer's on a horse going, oh, son of a bitch, and Red Tusk is like,
If he shows up again, we'll handle that.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording, stop the stream, and go to bed. So
Yeah.
thanks everybody.
Go do that too, and then
Thank you,
get back
everybody.
to tomorrow. I enjoyed this arc as well, and I'm glad that you did too.
2 more.
Get into the next one, to the actual war. Yeah, time to get involved.
damn it.
Finally.
Hip hip hooray! And off.
Yeah. Oh.